Right, morning traders. James Bruce here with edgeful's pre-market prep. If you guys are listening on YouTube, on Twitter, or in the Discord, say what's up. Let me know in the chat what you guys are looking at. If you've got any questions, we'll make sure to cover it. First things first, obviously we did have NVIDIA earnings yesterday, right? So we did have NVIDIA earnings yesterday. We kind of trading underneath this 135 level. I'm looking for this to clear over here. We have taken out now previous days highs, which if we come over here to this, let's go to the edgeful report section of here, NVIDIA, right? Previous days range report, NVIDIA in the last 6 months. We can see when we do take out the highs 63% of the time. But if we can go by weekday, this is the sub report, by weekday on a Thursday, not too great, 62% of the time. But couple this with one of my favorite reports, this opening candle continuation play. After the first hour, giving us great direction. So we're going to see we are holding up here, which is obviously, going to be favored for the longs. We are trading also above this 5-day SMA. Perfect. If you guys are watching live on Twitter, YouTube, say what's up in the comment section. Let me know what you guys would like me to cover. I look forward. We're going to be doing this a lot more often. Let's just get the right. This is the first time we are doing this on restreams live here. Let's get the right microphone working there. That should sound a little bit better. There we go. We've got the right microphone working there. So this should sound a little bit better for the guys listening on YouTube and on Twitter. Discord guys, let me know what's up. As usual, we'll cover what I like this morning. We do have the DAX. So for those that trade futures, the DAX, I had some nice longs on this yesterday. Could have maybe hit it a little bit harder, but trading above this previous day's range highs here. So previous day's highs is this white dotted line coming across my screen here. Previous day's highs, okay? And if you go over there like this, let's go to the DAX. So unfortunately, they don't have the futures ticker, but we do have the CFD ticker over here. And if you come here to this previous day's range report, okay, in the last 6 months, and let's go to the daily, you got to make sure that you are using this correct time session. This is very, very important. We were speaking about this on our weekly meeting. You guys got to make sure that you are looking at this correct time session of here. I want to look at it from the daily to the daily. If you want to look at it from the New York session, you can change this to the New York session as well from 9:30 a.m. Okay, and then you can have custom reports as well. Let's just go to what I saw on the DAX yesterday. You can see by custom in the last 6 months, 77% of the time, when we take out those previous days highs, we are going to close as a bullish closing day. Okay, so of course that was what I saw in terms of the longs on the DAX yesterday. Okay, so if you are on YouTube, Twitter, give us some likes, subscribes, and Discord guys, always appreciate you being in as always. Okay, cool. So let's go over NASDAQ and S&P. We are moving higher, pre-market. Still trading within the previous day's range, extended market hours range. You can see here is the extended market hours range over there and over here. Okay. Now, you can get these indicators on Edgeful. If you come here to the right-hand section on Edgeful's actual website, and you do hit over here the TradingView indicator access, you will get access to the TradingView indicators by putting in your username. Okay, as you can see, I put mine in. You will get access to them. Okay, so that is something that you guys need to be aware of. We've got some questions here in the Discord. Your take on the 12 a.m. level, New York time on ES and NQ. Yeah, I mean, a lot of traders will look to trade that gap fill. Maybe we do get a move down towards that 12 a.m. Price before moving higher for sure. I know a lot of guys like using that. I think is it not like the RCT midnight retracement or something like that? I don't actually have it here on my bookmarks, but we can get it up here. So let's go like this. Let's go add bookmark. Let's go to reports. Okay, if I'm not mistaken, it would be the the RCT midnight retracement report. Let's just go to that there. Okay. Let's go like this. Okay, let's just make sure we mute this in the Discord. Okay, guys, just keep your marks muted in the Discord. Thank you. Okay, let's go like this. All reports. Okay. Let's go RCT. Okay. On ES. Okay, is this the report that you are talking about, Anki? Yeah, so you can see over here, ES, when we are, okay, 50% when we opened above, 56% of the time retraced, and when we opened below, 69% of the time retraced on ES specifically. This is this opening retracement report during the market hours open time. For NQ, okay, let's go to NQ here quickly. Cool, we can see again the RC2 opening retracement. This is the report that you are talking about, the midnight report. Yes. But yeah, okay, cool. So of course, some traders might look to be trading that similar to the kind of like the gap fill, right? Similar to kind of like the gap fill report, and we can actually see over here on US 100 gap fill. Let's go like this. Okay. There we go. The gap fill indicator, as mentioned over here. Maybe we get a move down before getting extension up, but I definitely do like this overnight move, as mentioned, for maybe some continuation higher. Something that obviously does come into play after Monday and Tuesday has played out is that opening week range report, and I did speak about this on the stream yesterday. So, for example, let's go like that. On the NASDAQ, we got Mondays and Tuesdays highs and lows that set in. I think possibly the low of the week could maybe be set in. And we could see a movement back towards the high side. Of course, we haven't taken out either one of these sides. But if you can let's go like this, and let's go to the NASDAQ over here. Okay, let's go to the NASDAQ over here. And let's go to this RCT opening retracement. Okay, let's get rid of that, though. Let's go to that opening week range. That's what I wanted to look at over here. Okay, opening week range report. Okay, and we can actually see that when we take out, let's go from the daily. I want the extended market hours highs and lows, not just the market hours. I want the extended market hours opened. Okay, so you can actually see when we actually take out one side, very rarely do we break both sides. So you can see on the NASDAQ, only 7.69% of the time, if you take out one of these sides after Monday and Tuesday is set up, very rarely do we come back and break the opposite side. I think after we failed to take out the lows here on the NASDAQ here yesterday, I think the low of the week could be set in, and we can be looking for some nice shorts and extension. Let me know in the Discord, what are your guys' thoughts? What are your guys' thoughts in the Discord? Any thoughts, your guys' side? Hoa? Those were some nice GU longs that I caught yesterday. Looks like we are coming back down. So yesterday I did actually take these pound dollar longs. Simple, we were respecting the weekly VWAP, the zone that I had here at 1.265, and then we clear previous day's highs. So that was really, really nice. Like that stat makes sense with NQ. I like that stat. Yeah, that opening week, as I mentioned, that opening week range stat. So we can actually bring it up on possibly the DAX, where let's look at this yesterday. I mean, you could have said I also used it on the DAX yesterday. I was mainly looking at that previous day's range report as mentioned. But you can actually see after Monday and Tuesday sets up its highs and lows. Okay, there was the highs and lows from Monday and Tuesday. We break through the highs. And now if we go to the DAX on that DAX report, on that opening week range report, let's go over there. Okay, the opening week range report like that. Okay. You can actually see that 11% of the time, once we break one side, do we come back and break the other side? Meaning that if we break the highs, only 11% chance that we actually come back down and break this lows here. So quite a strong statistic, of course, when we are also buying an asset that has been, I mean, I think the DAX is actually up like 12% this year, something ridiculous like that. Any thoughts your side, Hoa, or any of the guys online here as well? Yes, sir. What's up? Morning. Amazon. Yeah, we can go over Amazon. Sure, let's go over Amazon. I was actually looking at Amazon pre-market here as well. Yeah, if you guys are watching live on Twitter, send through the comments. Watching live on YouTube, make sure to send through the comments as well. But you can see, yeah, Amazon. We are now crossing this daily 5 SMA as well. So possible longs that we could look for in extension here. I mean, very, very possible longs that we could look for some in extension. Again, something that we just got to see, are we going to hold this level? How do we close today? If you just go to the higher time frames here on Amazon as well, we are kind of rejecting that daily 200 EMA. let's come here through to the Nvidia as well. Quite strong support here on the daily too, but there was actually, it was Meta that I was watching for longs as well. Over here, off this daily 50 EMA, which is this blue EMA on the daily time frame. So I was watching this. We've had multiple days now to the downside. I know Hoa in the Discord was speaking about this. And again, guys, if you aren't in the Discord, this is where we chat here every single day in the Discord. I've normally been doing my lives there. I'm still doing it there at the same time as I'm live here on Twitter and YouTube at the same time. But as mentioned, we've had now multiple days to the downside on Meta. Maybe we've just taken the turn here. Maybe we get some extension to the high side. Any thoughts there on Twitter at the moment or on YouTube? Any thoughts? How can we use the initial balance single break on ES? Yeah, that's a good question. Okay, so let's go to ES, of course, S&P 500. You guys know that I'm still trading these as CFD contracts. Okay, so let's bring this up here. So let's go to the initial balance report. And again, if you guys like a report, you can come here through to the discover section of here. Check through some of the reports that make sense for you. You can go through all of them, see what makes sense for you. And if you like it, you bookmark it and it actually will stay up on the right-hand side here for you. Same as the watch list. If you want to add a stock to your watch list that you don't want to carry on searching for, you can just get that up on your watch list over here. It makes it very, very easy to use. Okay, so let's go to that initial balance breakout report with ES, so S&P 500. I'll just use that. Okay, so with ES, this initial balance breakout report, how can we use a single break? How can we use that single break? That's a good question. Okay, so you can actually see on the S&P, let's go through to the London 9:30 to 10:30. That would be the initial balance, the first hour of the market open. You can see that 75% of the time, we get a single break. We'll call it 76% of the time, we actually get a single break on S&P 500, meaning that very rarely do we break both sides, actually only 22.4% of the time. So if we break the highs, okay, meaning if we break the highs of that first hour high and low, and you guys can get the indicator as mentioned again, so that initial balance over there, meaning that if we break the highs or the lows, very rarely do we come back and break the opposite side. So you can look for continuations in the direction of that first break after pullbacks. Actually, Andre's been over this like ultimate bullish setup that he's got, cooking his side, and it works very, very nicely in terms of that initial balance. So let's say we get a break to the high side here today. Okay, I'll be looking for longs and pullbacks in the direction of that breaks, and vice versa if we break the low side. That's how you can use that initial balance breakout report. Looks like an inverse head and shoulders on Amazon. What's up, Dre? Yeah. Can actually see the guys here on Twitter. Make sure to comment on Twitter, YouTube, and we'll go over these things. The inverse head and shoulders on Amazon. Definitely, we can have a look at that again. On what time frame are you looking at that, Trey? What time frame are you looking at that? Okay, so as mentioned, I do like the longs on the S&P as well as the Nasdaq. It's gonna be interesting to see what we do. We've now got above weekly VWAP, which is obviously different to what we had yesterday. Weekly VWAP is the start of week VWAP, which is this blue dotted line coming across my screen here. Yesterday, we actually kind of rejected off previous day's highs on the S&P. Today, we've actually got above this quite nicely. So maybe a pullback into that midnight price and then get some extension higher, as mentioned by one of the guys here in the Discord. Okay. So that's a possibility. I do like the longs. Mag 7, Nvidia is up 2.6%, Tesla up 2.24, Meta up. Every single Mag 7 stock is up at the moment besides Apple. Okay, so bullish here pre-market for sure on the cards. As you can see on the right-hand section of my screen, of course, too. Okay, so that's going to be my plan for the US markets heading into the open today. As mentioned, the DAX we're kind of coming back down now on the DAX as well. So yeah, I'm not too happy where we're sitting at the moment. We're sitting at that daily open price. We've actually taken out previous days lows on the DAX. So I'm not too stoked with price action, what we're doing today on the DAX. So I might just lay off right there at the moment. But yeah, my plan is going to be maybe looking to buy pullbacks on those US markets as well, as mentioned. If I'm not too happy with price action into the open, I will wait for that opening candle continuation report. As mentioned, that first hour can give a great indication of whether we're going to move higher or lower for the day. Let's look at the NASDAQ here. And let's look at that opening candle continuation in the last 6 months. From 9:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern time, you can see if that first hour is bullish 84% of the time, and if it's bearish 70% of the time, we close as a bearish closing day. Let's now go to bar weekday, okay, over here. And obviously, it's quite funny. On a Thursday, look at that, 91% of the time, if that first hour is bearish, we're actually going to close as a bearish closing day in the last 6 months. Of course, you can see the time frame here on the left-hand side, and you can choose these reports and alter them to your liking. Okay, so we spoke about the opening candle continuation report today. We spoke about the opening week range report today. Also spoke about the previous day's range report as well on that I took yesterday on the DAX. Now, kind of just to summarize, wrap things up here today. We'll see what we get into the open. I do prefer longs, but as mentioned, I'm going to use that opening candle continuation report to help me give me a bias. But for now, just going to be waiting and seeing what we do get. We've obviously had NVIDIA earnings yesterday, and just going to take it one good trade at a time, guys. One good trade at a time. I would advise for those that are new to edgeful, find a couple of reports that make sense for you, okay? Like for me, it's that previous day's range report, the opening candle continuation report, and that opening week range report. Find a few good reports that make sense for you in the way that you want to trade, and then learn to incorporate into your trading. We've also spoke about the initial balance breakout report as well, and how to use that. Yeah, 15-minute time frame. Okay, nice. So yeah, we've spoken about a few good reports here today. I think on the stock side of things, in terms of my swing plays, I think NVIDIA longs are possibly on my cards, just depending on how we close today, how markets close today. Meta longs, I also spoke about that. Also Amazon longs as well. So there's a few things on my watch list, and that would line up with my long bias on the US indexes as well. So that is what I'm watching this morning. I appreciate you guys being on every single morning, 8 a.m. Eastern time. I'm live here on the edgeful Discord, as well as now on the edgeful social medias for pre-market plan, going over anything that you want edgeful related. That's where you can find me. Come join the Discord. The link is in the is in the bio as well as on the Discord over here. The Discord link over there. Join the Discord on the right-hand side. Again, I have shown you how to get the trading view indicator access as well. Yeah, thanks, Trey. Appreciate your comments, Hoa, as well. Doug, previous day's range or previous day by range by session? So previous day's range report. The previous day's range report. That is the one that I was looking at yesterday for the DAX to take those longs. Yep, previous day's range report. Perfect. Brilliant. Great to be on with you guys. We'll, again, Wednesday through to Friday, 8 a.m. Eastern time. This is where you can find me. Appreciate you guys being on, and we'll see you tomorrow to end of the week. Keep it steady. Find a couple of reports. If you got any questions, the live chat, bottom right-hand section here. Again, just before we end off, because I do get this in the Discord quite often. Bottom right-hand section here is where you can find the live chat for queries or anything like that. Okay. But again, if you want to come trade with me, Discord is the place to